I am Jeffrey, and it is that time of the month, the question of the month. Okay, so what would I say to the presidential candidates, both that are running, um, on how they can improve their reach with HIV? Uh, let's just put it this way. Right now, this pandemic has shown that people of color are disproportionately it's not even, it's not equal. I strongly feel that to the new presidential candidate that comes in, HIV is no different than COVID. Just as bad as COVID is running rampant in our black and people of color community, HIV is doing the same exact thing. And I believe that if I, I had a message for our candidates, it would really be a way to, they need to find a way to bridge the gap and establish trust between the medical field and our people of color community. That is the only way we're going to get the medications, um, have the ads that we put out there be effective or even be heard. And we have to address every subcategory. We cannot just write an ad for all people of color and think that it's gonna trigger um, Pacific Islanders. I mean, you name it, Arabics. We need to really, when we're speaking to a demographic, we need to focus on that demographic and address that demographic. We keep doing this big, you know, umbrella that captures all, and it does not work. It has not been effective. And if you're going to speak to them, you have to understand their culture. Because, yes, we're all people of color, but we are all black, but we're different cultures and different, you know, our ethnicity is totally different. So you need to speak to each one individually, and that's what they have not been doing in the past. So that's what I would say to the next presidential candidate. If you're going to put resources in there, you have to really understand the people you are addressing and speaking to. Otherwise, the message is not being received. And that is one of the biggest issues that I see. And that applies with COVID, and that applies with any kind of health issue. I mean, you can you can say, oh, we're plugging in this much money towards HIV, but how are you doing it? You need to pour more money and resources in addressing each and every single demographic and making sure that the message is effective. That's the bottom line. That's what I tell the next presidential candidate. And yes, we can do it. We can totally do it. It would take a little bit more work and a bigger team, but we can totally do it. Well, that's it for today. And the question of the month.